It's wrestling podcast.
Welcome to It's All Pro Wrestling Podcast, Wrestling Assignment Edition. My name is Bill.
And my name is Doug.
And together we are two men in our 40s. This time we talk about professional wrestling. And we talk about professional wrestling video assignments that we give each other every week on the YouTubes now that we do it. We've done it a lot in the past, and we love doing it so much. We love doing it so much.
That is right, Bill. We love it so much.
We enjoy watching wrestling. We don't do it because it's a habit, and we're kind of forced to do it. We do it because we love it.
We do it because of the pure joy.
We do it out of pure joy, and we do it because it gives us an excuse to see each other, and not just do not. But that's not the reason we do it. We do it for the boys in the back, and we do it for TK.
Boys in the back,
and we do it for everyone. But we just do it. We just do it.
Bill.
Yeah.
Where did I take...
We should say wrestling assignments for those who haven't watched before.
Oh, yeah.
Doug and I, we actually do give each other...
Hello.
Hi. We give each other matches the previous week to watch, and then we kind of talk about them. Usually Doug has something good to say, and I just bitch about something. That's how it works. It's fun. Everyone enjoys it. We'll see if the mic will stay the same and won't switch over because Riverside sucks. Do not ever get Riverside FM. Riverside FM sucks. Fuck you, Riverside FM. Fuck you.
Yeah, so we'll go over our original two assignments. We'll give each other an assignment for next week. And it'll probably be one that I just pull a random link off the YouTube. And we have no idea whatsoever when or where we are going.
Oh, shit. I actually
and then we can't find it.
Did I do anything? I wonder if I did that. Anyway.
We've covered a lot of... And you can find all the previous assignments up on our webpage. It's allprowrestling.com. Just go to the assignments. Bill has laid it out episode by episode. If there's still a viable link to that assignment, you can find it right there. Click on it, and you can enjoy yourself a nice wrestling match.
Or
in some cases, a really shitty wrestling match.
Sometimes we vet them. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we give matches that are shit on purpose, though we haven't done that in fucking ever.
That's been a while.
That's been a long while.
And if I take us to Mexico trying to find a really good match,
it's never
it's good. Usually not good.
Because we always pick AAA matches and always
you had the worst one, I think.
Which one was that? Oh, but I did that one on purpose. I think that might have been the last time we actually took one that was bad on purpose.
The Villanos versus Psycho. Was it Psycho Circus?
Yeah, it was the Villanos versus Psycho Circus. Yes, it was.
Hell yeah. And the Villanos were like 75.
Yeah. Well, there was like Villano 5 or 6's retirement match or some shit like that.
And he's like, I'm 75, I'm 5'10", 350, bitch.
5'10", 350.
I'm referring to the Villanos got a lot bigger from their WCW days.
They did. But speaking of which, there was a clip I saw. This was months ago, I think. But it was Canyon and Raven versus the Villanos on a Nitro. Star television right there. And Canyon really and Raven. Good. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic booking work there, guys, because I'm sure it was great. But Villano, like Canyon and Raven hit their finisher, which was like a combination like falling power bomb neck breaker, and like it went wrong on the Volano, but like Raven like did like the lightest pin he could and like held Volano's neck in place like the entire time, and like match was over and he was like Volano was trying to move his head and he's like, no, you're not moving your fucking head, like because Raven just knew it was wrong and he did not want his shit getting fucked up even worse than it was. Damn. It was weird. And like the other Volano comes in and like he tries to like run an angle where he starts stomping on Raven. And Raven's just like, stop, I'm trying to hold his head together.
Trying to save his life.
That's my Volano story for the day.
Sweet.
Double
well,
sweet.
Bill, where did I take you this week?
Oh, that's a great question, Doug. Because I was working on something else. Oh, Doug, you took me to Japan.
Let's talk. Want me to talk more Volanos?
No, Doug, you took me to Japan. You took me to Japan.
I cannot fucking find that match for the life of me.
I can't. I did everything I possibly could to try to figure out where the fuck this match was, when it was, everything. The date that's attached to the video is 2011. What is it? June something 2nd. 2011. June 2nd, 2011. You took me to somewhere in Japan. It was like the lobby of a business park. a three-story business park office building that was maybe well attended, but I don't know.
Or there were 6 people.
Or there were 6 people. There was definitely someone who really was rooting for one person in the match. Mm-hmm. It made their presence very well known. You took me to 2 favorites of ours, Aja Kong versus Murder Grandpa himself, Minoru Suzuki. The reason why you did it was just and right, as both Aja Kong and Minoru Suzuki were scheduled to be at the upcoming Lucha Libre Live show this August 2nd. However, roughly 2 days after we recorded it, it was announced that Aja Kong couldn't come over because of visa issues, so she will not be at the show, and Doug jinxed the fuck out of it. Mm-hmm. Because this is something that we have figured that was going to be happening here at some point down the road, and it never will happen because Doug jinxed it. Because Doug hates Colorado, and Doug hates you, the listener.
Yes.
Viewer. Yeah. He despises you. I always do the work to make sure that it's great. So, Doug, is that enough history for you to kind of make up for the lack of the fact that we have no idea what the fuck's going on with it? We have
tiny ass place.
No clue whatsoever of anything's happening at all. Yeah.
It almost looked like a COVID environment, but I don't think it was.
Well, I don't think it was. I really don't think so.
Oh, that angle shows there's actually people there.
Yeah, actually what was funny is I was kind of hoping they kept this hard cam the entire time. I don't know. I like a weird angled hard cam. But yeah, you could tell that there's like 40 people there. Mm-hmm. And then maybe like, I don't know. We have no frame of reference. We don't know what this is. We do know that Murder Grandpa here, he hates whatever those signs says. He hates them so much.
And he makes it funny.
And he makes a very elongated funny. I swear to God I cut that out. Yeah, I opened up my fantasy baseball tab as I was recording this. Shut up. My fantasy baseball team is not doing well. Like, I'm getting outscored horribly right now, Doug.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Bill.
No, it's all right. For some reason, I can't do well at fantasy baseball. Except for like the 1 year I did fantasy baseball. Like, I've won 1 year in fantasy baseball. I won by just giving up completely and not like, and like over half the season was like, I stopped at half the season and I just, nothing, didn't change my roster, didn't change, no ads, no drops. I had like 4 people on like IL during everything, took to the tournament, beat everyone, didn't do a fucking thing, beat everyone, got first. And this was Williamson's league. This is
hardcore
Williamson's
baseball.
league. So it's hardcore baseball guys. Like they actually enjoy baseball. While I'm like, I like doing this. It's something to do. And I fucking killed them. And like no one talks to me in that league now at all. Like Jake's dad doesn't talk to me. Jake doesn't, like Jake's friendly with me, but that's about it. Like it's pretty amazing. But no, I can't get a win. Can't get a win, Doug. I'm sixth place out of 10. Sixth place out of 10.
That's like 75%.
That's like 75%, Doug. So,
Bill, what'd you think about this match? How was it for you?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, the brunt of it, the beginning. I mean, in all honesty, I think we'll just call it the usual Minoru match, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to grapple, we're going to go around. It was cool to see Aja Kong go hold for hold. I know she does it. I know she has done it. But when I think of an Aja Kong match, it's not, hey, we're going to try to outmaneuver out of a side headlock, or, you know, we're not doing headlock takeovers and shit like that. You know, we're not doing mat grappling. You know, eventually we're just going to do back slaps, Ryuji Kamiras, and a bunch of, you know, the things that make Japanese wrestling really cool and interesting. Mm-hmm. But no, she held her own during it. The crowd was fucking silent as fuck.
Well, like, that's why I kind of tell, like, okay, I see there's some points where you just see like 6 people and you can't tell, and it's like dark and it's silent except for Aja. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of the people that are standing in the ring with her.
Yeah, it's one of her seconds. Yeah. That's for sure. But once again, we have no frame of reference on who these seconds are. But there's just we don't know what's happening.
Right.
No, but that doesn't take away from the match, though. Like
it was.
But at the same time, I think it would have been just nice to know, like, oh, this was Hustle in 2011 in some hotel, like hotel basement, like
for sure. Because I'm interested in knowing what promotion this is, because I'm pretty sure the match that showed up for me right after I watched this was another match in this venue with Suzuki versus another women's wrestler.
Did you look at the information there?
So that was a nice headlock takeover. No, because it was one of those things, I hit the button and I'm like, oh shit. That one actually had like a person's name on the...
You know, you can look at the history on your YouTube, right?
I'll be sure to check.
You can go to library in your YouTube. You can go to library and it'll show you, even if you just watch like 3 seconds of a fucking video.
It saves.
You know you can do. You do not know you can do this. You can do this.
Oh. This makes for riveting television. Sorry, I forget we're on video.
So Doug had the ability to maybe help us figure this out, because I was even trying to read like the banners, like just to see if I could catch something in the banners.
Nothing.
And like I was just very basic, like Power Pro Raw, you know, kind of stuff, like nothing I can make out. And obviously Doug and I don't know Japanese at all.
I almost posted something. Where's my history?
Oh, you're so good at this. I'm glad you're doing this now.
Fuck yeah. No, I highly enjoyed the match. I mean,
Did you?
it was, yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's fun. I think I started watching it and I had plenty of time and I wasn't rushed, so I was
And there
able
wasn't
to,
4 dogs eating a couch and having sex in front of you.
yeah. So I was actually able to like relax and enjoy the match instead of like, oh, well, I got 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh shit! I gotta get this in
Gotta
before
fast forward till the end.
my daughter needs me to dress her again. Wait, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that at all.
Just a weird silver bin.
Yeah, just that was incredibly random and like I don't remember that.
No.
But here's the things I did like about it. The way Aja Kong moved, because I watch her now and it's just she's just so stiff, and I'm not saying like she's stiff, brother. Like she moves like she hurts, and she has every right to move like she hurts. Like she's put in her business, she's done her work, but how fluid she moves now. And granted, I know this is 13 years difference, but I wasn't expecting to see her move this well, because you can watch things that were 20 years before this and she's not, I don't feel that she's moving as well. I was surprised as soon as we get to the point where we're going to just beat the shit out of each other, Minoru just did.
Those slaps were fucking brutal. And it wasn't just like 1 or 2.
Oh God, the slaps to the face. Holy shit. There was one of those where I saw like, it was kind of like when we were at GCW and who was it? Was it Jordan Oliver? Like kicked the fuck out of Mance.
Mm-hmm.
Like just kicked the fuck out of Manser. And like we saw his like head move weird because like, I mean, he made fucking contact. There. Yeah, here we go. That one. Yeah. It was that left and then that right. Like that was fucking. I've for valued listeners who have been with us forever, that's the scariest fucking thing to me is getting slapped like that.
Bill does not like when people slap people in the face.
It
scares him so much.
It's like, well, look at, I mean, just, I don't know, because, I mean, it's open-handed, so you just kind of leave yourself available to it. You know, you just leave yourself, you make yourself available to it, and it goes wrong to, like, a certain way. Your neck, your head, and your jaw all go in different ways, if possible. Fuck it, like, but it just never ends. Like that whole sequence just never fucking ended. It was just Minoru just being like, "Fuck you, I'm killing her."
Yeah,
and I honestly,
and straight
for the gotch, the weird look of the finger beforehand was weird.
Yeah,
I was like, but that was it.
Where you put
that was it. That was the fucking match. Like I was expecting Aja to come back. Have some kind of like
a big suplex, hit some more.
Just get fighting spirit in or some, right? And then Minoru just shuts it down and that's it. We're done. But it just fucking ended.
We said we don't exactly know the year, so we can't tell like where it was in each other's careers, or except for it was the back end of her career, but.
Yeah, but she was still wrestling in fucking AEW.
Her like 2 matches.
She's still wrestling now.
Well, yeah, but no, not her, in AEW.
No, I know, but my point, you said it was the back end of her career. Yeah. She's still wrestling now.
Is it on?
Is she putting out bangers? What's that?
Is she wrestling frequently right now, or is it just like on a consistent basis?
I think on a relatively consistent basis. Is she doing like? I'm probably wrong on this, but my assumption is that she's doing kind of like a Minoru thing, where she'll take like 3 months off, and then wrestle for like 2 months straight, and then take 3 months off, and then wrestle for 2 months straight. I haven't paid any attention to Tokyo Joshi in a long while because I feel like for some reason they're not doing anything. Nothing's popped up in my feed or in my radar.
Yeah.
But she was frequent. I mean, I want to say close to the end of the year last year, she was pretty frequent in it. She might have been even on the uptick to WrestleMania weekend. She was in the States during that time because she wrestled. Yeah, she was at Tokyo Joshi Pro in WrestleMania weekend because that's why she did the clusterfuck when she fucking killed Giant Panda, or was it Andre the Panda?
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, I know she's working decently. So I think she's, like I said, I think she's doing something similar to Minoru, where she goes in, works for a couple months, takes time off. Which I don't know. I think that's probably the way to do it.
For sure.
If you
still feel like
to retire.
If you still feel like you want to wrestle and you can wrestle, like
the availability of watching Japanese matches now is so easy, and it has been easy for a long time, is that a lot of these, I don't want to call them nostalgic acts, but they kind of are. People who had their run in Japan 10, 15, 20 years ago can do these excursions where they come out to the States. Like right now, says Minoru is working in MLW right now, right? On a regular basis. So you can go work in MLW on a regular basis, or they can do like Ring of Honor for a regular basis, or GCW for a regular basis. They can do that for a month, 2 months in the States, have their visa work out, and then they can just hit indie shows in between everything, because they will be a draw. People will come out to see them because of who they are. And they don't necessarily need to put on, King's Road bullshit or strong style bullshit or, anything like that. But they just need to come out, hit their places and leave, run as a nostalgic act. When we saw Minoru against Royce Isaacs, the live at Lucha Libre and Laughs a couple years back, I think that was one thing that I was really surprised about, was that Minoru didn't just phone it in. Like he let Royce do almost everything Royce can do.
Yeah.
To him. He didn't hold anything back against Royce.
He could have had that match he had against Aja Khan. But instead he put on a 12, 15 minute match.
Decent back and forth. He didn't want Royce throwing him over. He didn't want Royce throwing him on his head, but I can't blame him.
Right.
And it's not like Royce is unsafe or anything like that, but why put Minoru Suzuki in that situation on a German suplex, or especially an elevated German suplex, or a deadlift German suplex, or
for sure
his Kreuzrath looking German suplex that he almost does. That isn't quite Kreuzrath, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
The full Nelson drop down German.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I don't think he hit a spinning, jumping, twisting tombstone.
Gotch tombstone. Just incredible Gotch tombstone.
Who did he hit that on?
He's hit that a couple times.
Did he hit that in the
He hit it on Gotch. He hit it on Gotch. That's the first time we saw it. He tried to hit it on Cobb, and he wasn't able to do it. And I want to say he's hit it on someone else that we've seen live, but he uses it on a decent. It's a super finisher, essentially.
Yeah.
Anyway, that overall match was fine. Enjoyed it. I mean, I think if you're paying any attention, you just watch the entire match with us. But
it's about what you'd expect from.
It was and it wasn't. but it wasn't. Yeah,
you wanted a little more back and forth from.
I was just expecting it. I mean, that's just me being, a shitty smart mark.
Bill, right, where did you take me? Well, Bill, you took. I forgot how to do this already. You took me to. Bill, the date was 9/11.
Hell yeah.
2004. Our first time visiting CZW. We're at High Stakes 2. We have a 4-way dance. El Generico versus Kevin Steen versus Sexxxy Eddy versus XS69.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. You got it up. There you go. I obviously was familiar with Kevin Steen and El Generico.
Mm-hmm.
Sexxxy Eddy, I had heard the name, and I think he was in the shit show.
He was in the shit show.
Not the shit show, the
Clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck.
He was the guy who was completely naked. That's what he does. That's what he does now. He wrestles completely naked. He's a pervert. That's kind of his thing.
It's his thing. So I didn't expect.
Or if you're listening to the if you're listening to the announcers, they keep on insinuating that he's a homosexual and you shouldn't get behind him or he'll have sex with you. Because that's.
But it'll only hurt for the first few minutes. That's what they said.
I don't know. One of them was Zandig. One of the announcers was Zandig, and he was the quieter one. I don't know who the other guy was. Different time.
So I didn't expect much of Sexxxy Eddy. I had only the clusterfuck was my only experience with him, and he's just a gimmick guy.
Had you ever heard of him before?
No. You either talked a little about him before or after it.
Okay.
But Sexxxy Eddy can go.
Sexxxy Eddy's fucking good.
He's really good. They could all go. I mean, I don't feel like we saw too much out of Mr. 69.
But Mr. 69. God, if there's not a wrestler by the name of Mr. 69, I'm gonna be that wrestler. I'm gonna be him.
Can you imagine? Yeah, that super kick was fucking brutal as shit.
Steen.
It's been a while since I've seen this young of Steen, and I forgot how much he can go.
So fucking good.
That fucking sidewinder suplex, brutal suplex, or super kicks. No, this match was fucking good. This was highly entertaining.
Yes.
I felt like there was great chemistry all around. Like, there was no low points. That they all hit their spots. Like, it was fun, entertaining, and real good.
That spot right there, Steen hitting the apron the way he did. I don't know. There was just that weird level of he might have caught the fucking edge, and it might have fucking killed him. Like, this. So the reason why, I'll go into the reason why I gave you this match. This is the first match, essentially. I'm going to be a little loose here. Essentially, this is the first match that El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn, and I want to say Steen, this isn't a complete quote on me thing, but this was like the first one they did in front of like a group of people, like something significant. So beforehand that they were always doing matches in something I think it was called like IWS, of which was like essentially the Montreal territory. They did a couple others for like it was EWR. They were just pretty much in Canada for quite a while. They then, that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to find, I'm sorry, I'm going through cage matches to kind of verify what I'm saying here so I don't look like a complete asshole. And this is good podcasting.
They weren't in CZW before this? I felt like everyone was familiar with them.
No. Okay. So Sexxxy Eddy, they might have been. But I'm kind of, as I'm looking at this here, this is their first CZW match.
Okay.
This CZW match on the card had Super Dragon on it because Super Dragon was doing CZW constantly, right? At this time. Super Dragon was starting PWG with Doug's favorite wrestler and Excalibur at the time. Doug's favorite wrestler is not Excalibur. It's one of the other guys that is Doug's favorite wrestler. They saw this match. They saw how, and by they, Super Dragon, saw this match, saw how, what happens during this match, how the crowd liked the style of this, essentially just crazy lucha-esque as far as no rules, action everywhere, big spots, big moves style, which is what he wanted to do. And he brought Steen and Generico over to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, I want to say 3 months later. No, not even that, 2 months later. And then from there on, Steen and Generico became regulars in the United States. They were wrestling for Ring of Honor, or Generico was wrestling for Ring of Honor in December at that time.
Sure.
They became CZW regulars. They're PWG regulars. They go to Chikara the following year in 2005. And once again, by they, I'm just saying Generico, but Generico and Steen did it at the exact same time. I listened to many Steen podcasts, and this is he credits this match as the one that broke him, that put him out there. But yeah, I mean, if you looked at the cage match at this time, they leave Canada beginning of 2005. So in 4 months, they're out of Canada and they're just doing the United States. For the most part, there's some here and there of the IWS shows, but it's all, Jersey All Pro, Ring of Honor, Chikara, IWA Mid-South, all the things that CZW, it's all the things that, created the independent scene. Time. Yeah, it was the independent scene.
I mean,
that is why I gave it to you.
Watching it makes sense because of everything you just said, how they broke out, because it's fucking really good. Like, I thought they were established at this point.
No.
I mean, established El Generico Steen early on, but I was reading up on Sexxxy Eddy, and apparently he has a spot where that's his thing, the trash can moonsault, the trash salt.
So he does the great Sasuke moonsault, essentially?
Yeah, and he does a moonsault with the trash can over his head off the top of a steel cage in one of his matches.
Well, and that was the thing. When I remember listening to the podcast, Steen was just putting Sexxxy Eddy over huge. He's just we owe, Generico and I owe everything to Sexxxy Eddy. We were good, but Sexxxy Eddy is what made us. And for some reason, Sexxxy Eddy just couldn't get to the point where we did. And, fuck that wheelbarrow fucking suplex. And then fucking Generico's hyper selling of everything. And the fact that Generico's pants don't fit him. He has saggy bottoms. Everything that fucking Steen does is perfect. It's video game perfect.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Steenizer before?
I've seen clips, and it was possibly from this one.
Yeah, they're swinging to the air raid crash. God, he's just. There's a reason why he was one of like. I don't give a shit about Kevin Owens anymore. But between Kenny Omega and Kevin Steen is the reason why I came back to wrestling.
And we're talking
2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of a joke. I wanted to look in on it. And then I came across, like, actually what it was Botchamania. Botchamania, like, YouTube recommendations for Botchamania came in. I watched them. Watching Kevin Steen. Like, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he's a big fat guy that moves weird and it's funny.
It almost went through the roof on a moonsault.
Yeah, like oh, this is sick too. God, this is such a PWG match. It's just,
yeah.
This is, and then the fucking carry package pile driver with the bounce. But see, this is the thing. You said you were saying that everyone you thought the crowd knew who everyone was. They didn't. By the end of this crowd, which is one of the shittiest crowds you can be in front of, because it's old ECW heads who want more fucking violence than anything else, have completely just they know what they're seeing.
The only reason I felt that way is it felt like the announcers were familiar. Well, I know that's part of their job, but
the announcers did a good job on putting everyone over except for XS69.
Yeah.
But they put over Steen, they put over Generico.
I mean, they're familiar with their moveset.
Except for they miscalled a couple things, but it wasn't. I think it was just heat of the moment type things.
Yeah.
And they weren't watching it on a monitor. They were watching it live.
From in that back weird corner.
Yeah.
They miscalled the second brain buster.
I don't know. That could have been, because I was thinking about that when Generico does the brain buster. It might have been a version of a brain buster. I'm not going to say it was, but I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's so weird also watching because this is ECW Arena, where the announcers are.
These are some weird ass palm strikes.
Yeah. XS69, he's not bad, but he's definitely the worst of the four.
For sure.
Like, I think, in all honesty, if we were to see someone of the caliber of XS69 live, we'd be like, oh, yeah, he's great. We fucking love him. But when you're comparing him to this, one of the most beautiful fucking moonsaults out there.
That's a fucking Kenta Kobashi moonsault.
It essentially is.
Yeah.
It's insane how well he moves. And by he, we're talking about Steen there. Oh, here's the Steenizer.
This thing is fucking crazy.
That's so scary. You cannot. I don't even know how you could convince me to fucking take that fucking move. I mean, I know it's just like ball up as much as you can and keep balled up until you hit. But for fuck's sake, still like that and the brain buster. I don't know how
yeah. Does he hit it right here?
This is it. Yeah. This is the first one. And it's not the most brutal one. I've seen so many ones that have just been so scary and horrible. I mean, this one's a pretty safe. I mean, it's safe for what it is, but
that was pretty safe. I've seen some where he just fucking straight drops them and just lets them flop wherever they go. This one,
you have no control over. You can only control your fall so much, and Zane can only do it as well. This right there,
yeah,
that's fucking nuts. That's a scary fucking bump. I mean, my wrestling, me being a wrestler, is very not existent, but Yeah, go take a weird exploder onto not the turnbuckle pad, but the fucking turnbuckle itself. The actual bar. Just do that and hope you land okay. Sexy Eddy, man.
Sexy Eddy can go.
Sexy Eddy can go. This weird jockstrappy fucking shit.
Can you imagine seeing that?
Imagine seeing that hog live.
God.
Oh, man.
That's a hog, brother.
But yeah, no, I love this match.
Me too. I loved everything about it.
These were the matches that in 2016-17 I would send you and be like, fuck that move. That was fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
I would just send you and be like, you need to watch this. Pay attention to the guy in red.
Yeah.
You know?
That's not Hulk Hogan first.
Ultimate Warrior. And there it is. We watched the whole match again.
Wow.
So both these matches, pretty good. I like the one you gave me. I think once again the one I gave you is better.
It is.
But I enjoyed both of them. So there.
They were real nice, Bill. I was also in a more relaxed, comfortable, actually in a wrestling mood today when I started watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I let myself.
It helps to be in the right mood to watch it. Like when it's not when the match is when you're like, oh fuck, I need to watch this.
Yeah. But like when we've talked about in the past where it's a release or it takes you to a different place, like if you keep it as like a job, then it can be tough and not
especially
it can ruin it.
Especially if you're a third of the way through a 6-day work week.
I know. Oh, goddamn hiccups. Bill, are you ready for your next match?
Yes. I am super. What the fuck? Anyway, sorry. Something. I pulled up the card to what I'm about to give you, and the first thing that popped up was not what I was expecting.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this card.
Bill, we are going to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
To the Dontaku in Fukuoka Dome.
Perfect.
Fuck that up. I've never heard that.
Oh, you're good. You're perfect.
So we're in Fukuoka, Japan.
You know what? Keep on doing it. You're doing fine.
Tokyo's a lot easier.
You're fine. Just keep on doing this. You're doing great.
The year, Bill, is 1993. We are not going to go to, Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Lager.
Lager?
Lager, yes. I'm hooked on the lager, if you know what I mean, because you have Hulk Hogan
versus Antonio Inoki.
Versus the great Muta.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. If you don't know it, that's perfectly fine.
Yes.
Is this the tour in which Hogan? Wait, you said 93?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, shit. He might have been in WCW then.
So also on this card is Scott Norton versus Sting.
Okay, yeah, so he's WCW.
You got Warrior Hawk, Masahiro Chono, like there's Great Kabuki, Brutus the Barber Beefcake with Jimmy Hart.
Oh yeah,
Masa Saito.
Yeah, because my question was, I think that was. Oh shit! I'm wondering because there's a very famous Hogan press conference, and I think he was like 92 WWF maybe. where he's over in Japan and he's wrestling in New Japan, but he's the champion of, and I'm 90% sure he's the WWF champion.
Okay.
And he says something along the lines of like, this belt right here, this belt doesn't mean anything. It's the IWGP belt, brother. That's the real belt.
5 times World Wrestling Federation champion. This belt is just a toy. It's like a trinket on a Christmas tree, like an ornament. The belt that I want is the one that the great Muta has, the IWGP belt.
Like he completely like shit on the American promotion that has given all the money. Like, weird. Yeah, it was a very Hogan-like promo.
Real quick, going back to how I picked this match is.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was a weird diatribe.
No, you're good. I've heard of this run in Japan from Hogan, but like I saw like I believe it's like a Twitter post, just a little highlight reel, and like of Hogan actually wrestling. I think you see Hogan doing enziguri. I'm like, huh.
Is this that same year, or was that earlier? Because I was always under the impression it was earlier.
Oh, really?
Oh, so this is? Did you watch this or not?
The clip was from. I'm almost positive the clip that I saw was from that match, so I went and found it. It's a Daily Motion link. Okay,
that makes sense because it's New Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. I'll watch it. I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I've always heard the rumblings of Hogan in Japan and how it's completely different. And
well, we'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah,
I have my feelings on it, and likely I will be justified. Doug, do you want to know where I'm taking you?
Yes, Bill. Where are you taking me?
Doug, I am taking you to Tokyo, Japan, the Nippon Budokan, October 25th, 1995. All Japan Pro Wrestling presents the October Giant Series, Day 18. Doug, from what I know, the October Giant Series might be one of my favorite series in all of wrestling because, brother, there's never a bad match. Or there is a bad match, but it's going to be followed by a good match. In this case, Doug, you know how we love our big, fat, white gaijins going in Japan and doing Japanese things, right? We've covered Steen. We've covered Vader. We haven't really touched Terry Gordy too much in
we've
things.
Seen one or two.
Yeah, we haven't really touched like when Bam Bam goes over. But there's a guy that's been on my mind ever since I very legally purchased the entire UWFI library, very legally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a guy by the name of Gary Albright, Doug.
Okay. I've been very intrigued by this gentleman as well.
So I'm giving you Gary Albright's number 1 match according to Cage Match. This isn't mine. This isn't even Uncle Dave's. This is by the fans of cagematch.net. It is Gary Albright versus Toshiaki Kawada.
Okay.
All right.
Speaking of King's Road, after I watched one of our YouTube matches today,
not the one that you didn't know any of the information and would have gave you more information. You could have got some information. You could have helped out the show.
It looks like Joseph Monticello has a new video out.
Yeah, I need to catch up on him. He's doing a lot of stuff right now, and I watched like 5 minutes of it. It looked really good. He does good shit. I know he had an interview with Kevin Koo here recently.
Okay.
That was, I think it was initially just for his Patreon or whatever version of Patreon he's using. initially, but it was going to eventually come out for free. So
nice. This one he covers is basically the pillars in the beginning.
I don't know if it's a new one then, Doug.
Well, it said like came out 7 hours ago.
Okay, weird. All right.
And so the specific match he's going to end up talking about is it's the pillars against each other. It's in tag team. So I want to say it's Misawa and Kobashi.
Kobashi versus sorry, I just drank
and they go by a and then the other Kawada and the other gentleman go by
the guy that everyone always forgets
name.
about that I cannot remember. It's not Taue, is it? It's not Taue. God damn it. But yeah, it's the guy who always gets he's the red guy. Damn it.
They go by the Holy Demon Army.
I think the Holy Demon Army pops up in different versions.
Does it?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. Holy Demon Army in this card I'm looking at right now is Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Yoshinara Agawa.
Okay.
So but it's like a faction because there was a faction. Yeah, there's been factions before. All right. Links will be on the website. It's all prowrestling.com. Go to wrestling assignments. There you can find the links for these matches as well as every other match that we have done in the past. Links could be broken. I'm not following them up. If they're dead, I'm sorry. Yeah, deal with it. Use Google searches. You can also watch the ones that we also watched just now. I got nothing. I'm done.
Bill's so sleepy. What it means is...
And I wore my Sensei shirt.
I wore my Nasty Boy shirt.
Yeah, you showed
Rhino's butthole.
You show. It's a fucking gaping hole. Anyway,
we'll put the link to
hit the bell to notify the subscribe and like. Follow us. It's allprowrestling.com. Over there, you'll find not only the wrestling assignments, but you will find links to all the podcasts. We do audio podcasts too. They're sometimes better than this, sometimes not. The fuck?
Do you have an alien behind your curtain?
No, you don't believe in aliens, or you take too long to think
about it. I do now.
And you don't really have an answer.
No.
Yeah, that's it. We have a wrestling calendar that we keep up for the Rocky Mountain area for local independents and large shows. We try to keep it up as best we can because the scene needs more people. And if there's more people, there might be better wrestling. And if there's better wrestling, wrestlers will get better. And if there's better wrestlers, there's better wrestling. And then I don't have anything to make fun of anymore.
It would have been nice to know that there was all these promotions going 5 or 6 years ago when we were going to shows.
Yeah.
When we were going to Lucha Libre and Laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And
before I became incredibly jaded, and I was like, I hate wrestling fans. I'm really shiny today. It's weird.
I look like I have a weird lopsided head.
You do. You have a Jimmy Neutron haircut. That's why. Anyway, if we have a Patreon, please support if you can. This takes way too much of my time. And it encourages me to keep on going. And also gives me more time to maybe dedicate to make actually this worthwhile and good and better. If you can't, hit like and subscribe, hit the bell in the corner, and tell a friend. Bye.
Goodbye. I love you.
In 80 countries, in 7 languages, to over 500 million homes each week.
It's All Pro Wrestling Podcast.
The worldwide leader in sports entertainment.